All right, I want to welcome all of you to the Mid-Continent Railroad Museum and the dedication of Coach Shed 2 that we have named the Laurence Dorcy Building. Mr. Dorcy was the heir to the Hill family fortune. His great-grandfather was James J. Hill. Now, James J. Hill was the founder of the Great Northern Railroad. He also was nicknamed the Empire Builder, and the Great Northern ran a passenger train called the Empire Builder, and Amtrak still runs one called the Empire Builder, the same trackage. Dorcy's grandfather was Lewis W. Hill, and Lewis took over management of the Great Northern in 1907. Now, inside the coach shed, you will see a car we call the A22. That was Lewis Hill's business car, and it was rather unique because everywhere he went, he carried his automobile with him. So the rear of the car, the railings and all that come down, and the railroad used to put ramps up, and his Buick or high society cars that he had in those days would be transported. Mr. Dorcy was a very generous person. Amongst the many people, or many charitable organizations in his will, Mid-Continent was one of them. That made this building possible and the future restoration of the A22. It's been 43 years since Coach Shed 1 was built. This is the first time in 43 years that the museum went to such an expansion as to build a building this size to house our collection. And it's very important that restored railroad equipment be stored indoors for obvious reasons.
Right now, we have 85% of our wooden passenger cars under storage. According to Bill Burmaster, who does our restorations on the wooden cars, Mid-Continent has the largest collection of restored wooden cars on indoor display. And finally, the one fact that really hit me when I was given some of this information is the average age of the railroad equipment in this building is 111 years old. I look at this building, so this is not really a display building. This is a very nice senior center for railroad equipment.
Having additional buildings beyond Coach Shed number 1 has actually been something that we've wanted for a long time. I think back until maybe 1970s, there's master plan drawings of buildings on this site identified as Coach Shed number 2. With all the floodplain changes, lots has changed over the years, but Laurence Dorcy's interest kind of reinvigorated the idea of bringing about Coach Shed number 2, and by 2006, that's when we got the commitment from Laurence Dorcy that he was going to support not only the restoration but the construction of this building. So it's just something that doesn't come together overnight, and it's just been an effort over many, many years to make this happen, and finally we're here today. Thank you.
All right, are we ready for the opening ceremony?
You bet.
Let her rip. Yeah!